was, quietly put down as speculation, but of course there was always going to be a very slight chance that that might have happened should there have been complications. But just to reiterate what I'm told by Kensington Palace is that the Duchess's labour is progressing normally, and there is always a caveat in that this is the very early stages of her labour, and therefore I don't think from this moment on we'll get a running commentary, certainly, from anybody at Kensington Palace about how the Duchess is doing. But meanwhile, all around us, the press from right around the world, from really the four corners of the globe, are beginning to wake up to the news that this is now finally happening, that the Duchess is now finally in the Lindo wing, and they're beginning to arrive, and the press pens that were simply full of ladders waiting for their owners are now being reclaimed, and it's quite a sight. We'll bring you those pictures in a short while. But it certainly is, the excitement is definitely building, but with a sense of the fact that we don't know, of course, how long we'll be waiting here. It could be a very quick labour, it could be a pretty lengthy labour. There's no way simply of telling, and we won't find out ultimately until the baby is born. The mechanism for that, of telling us, is actually when we have the next third in line to the throne, currently, of course, occupied by Prince Harry. He'll be shunted down to fourth in line to the throne. But the first sort of indication we'll get, we understand it currently as it stands, is somebody emerging from the doors of the Lindo wing holding an envelope. Hopefully we'll get some kind of indication that that person's leaving, and contained within that envelope will be details about the baby. But the fact that we see that person will mean that a baby has been born. We'll have to wait until that envelope arrives at Buckingham Palace and it's placed into a frame and onto an easel for the, no doubt, by then, potentially thousands of people gathered outside Buckingham Palace. I'm not sure what the scene's like there at the moment, but I would imagine people are beginning to wake up to the fact that the great Cape wait is now finally over, and now it's rather a case of when will baby Cambridge arrive?
Yeah, well, we shall literally just have to wait and see, won't we, Paul? They're not going to be rushing on our behalf. Speak to you a little bit later on. Let's talk to our health correspondent, Thomas Moore, who's here. As much as we want to know the detail, Thomas, we're not going to get it, are we? We have to wait our turn. But what do we know about the staff who are involved in this and helping Kate through the early stages here?
There will be a huge staff. Taking the lead is Marcus Setchell. He's the Queen's surgeon gynaecologist